This is the Audi RF3, and then we have the RF3 sedan. Today, I'm going to be building these two cars up, and we're going to see exactly what the difference is between the two and exactly how well both can perform. So the first one we're going to do is the RF3 hatchback, which is the regular one that has spawned originally. This one usually spawns at a 0.6, I believe, and this one came with an inline 4 1.9 diesel. So what we're gonna do is we're actually going to build these up, actually swap the engines out of these. So let's go ahead and head over to the parts shop and grab a V6. Alright, let's grab this V6. We're actually going to change out the transmission as well, and I'm probably going to go ahead and put in a 7 DCT. Go ahead and put some paint on this car. I think we'll do a black for this one. That looks clean already. See what our max speed is. And it's 250. Okay, so a lot of these older cars tend to have a 250 range whenever it comes to their max speeds. Alright, now that we're here, let's go ahead and put her on the tuner. Let's go ahead and tune it. Alright, and here is the old tune that I'm using for the 3.8. I'm not entirely sure what tune I could use the speed limit for, so this is all just going to be the old tunes at the moment until I figure out exactly what tunes are for what cars, because apparently everything is now different, which honestly I would prefer that. And before we leave from out of this town, let's go ahead and get us some slicks. Now let's head over back to the other city and let's go put some actual wheels on this RF3. Alright, now that we're here, let's go ahead and lift this back up. Take our dummy wheels off. Alright, let's put these on. Sick. That actually looks so much better. Alright, let's go ahead and lower this. And let's see exactly how well she does on the track. Alright, let's go ahead and start this. .504. It's actually not that bad. Let's go ahead and do another one. 514. Have a feeling that we can get a 4.9. It's just gotta be timed right. 4.9, there we go. I knew we could do it with this thing. Now that we finally got the time that we tried to achieve, let's go ahead and head over to the sedan. Alright. Now that we have the sedan, let's go ahead and check out how this thing is going to run. First of all, let's see what engine that this thing comes with, and it's looking like it's the same thing as the hatchback. I will never understand people who actually like the diesel. That doesn't look good in my opinion. Alright, we're gonna do the same setup as the hatchback. I think we might go with the OE color that's on this car, and I think we're gonna do the blue that's on it. Oh yeah, that is a really pretty blue actually. I like how deep it is, and like how it's not like a super dark blue, but at the same time it's not a super light blue. It's kind of like right in the middle. All right, let's see what this max speed's gonna be. It's actually a lot faster than the hatchback. Yeah, it's 30 miles faster than the hatchback, coming at 280 compared to 250. That's amazing. So we should be able to reach faster speeds with this car then. All right, let's go ahead and put the same tune on it. All right, that's done. And of course, before we leave, let's go ahead and grab some slicks. Alright, now that we grab the slicks, let's go ahead and head right back over to the other city to put the tires on. Alright, let's go ahead and get this lifted up. We'll remove these tires. Now, someone from the Discord did tell me that apparently the fitment is the same with both the RF3s, so we are about to test that theory. We'll do the same rim, and if y'all ever do have any questions about what your fitment is or any questions in general about the game, feel free to join the Discord. I do have it linked down below. There is always somebody online to be able to help you, and will actually answer questions when it comes to this game. Alright, let's go ahead and get these wheels thrown on. Perfect. You know, they were not lying. I think the fitment is the same for both cars. All right, and let's take this baby to the track, and I'm hoping we can beat the time from the hatchback. So it was a 4.9. I think we can get a 4.8 with this car. All right, let's go and test this. All right, 511, not bad. Test this again. 509, not bad. Had to unstick myself there. 4.9, not bad. Let's do a couple more runs. I really want to see if this car can actually beat the hatchback. 4.9 again. All right, last run. Please give us a better time. 4.94 again. All right, so it's looking like they're about the same then. Sadly, I don't think I'm gonna be able to get that 4.8. I even turned off traction control to see if I was able to even get a better speed, but sadly it's not looking like that's the case. It's looking like the max is 4.94, as I got that 3 times. Honestly, in my opinion, I like them both. If anything, I kind of prefer the hatchback in a way. It just feels a lot more sporty and it feels a lot faster. But I feel like if they were to add some body kits or maybe like, you know, like a little wing or something like that to put on this one, I'm not exactly sure if they have anything for these cars, but I would love to have one and I would love to just kit this car out. Equally, I like both cars. I think their launches are great, especially with them being all-wheel drive. They are definitely something that can be scary if done correctly. And I believe with the new tuning system, they are definitely something that can become ultimate sleepers, especially for people who can't really afford things like the MR2s, the R35s, or lo and behold, anything else that is higher in the market. But if you want to be able to build something for cheap, these RFs are definitely worth it. But without that being said, I am gonna go eat me some food. Ciao.